It's that time of the day where we like to say it's score predictions time. It's game week 8 after the last ones got cancelled last week. So I'm still classing this as game week 8. This is episode number 8 of the series. Let's see how we did last week. Yeah, last week I lost again. Trevor 13 and I got 10. Oh dear. Today's guest is the fellow non-league YouTuber, goes by the name of Jebbo37. He is also an Everton fan. What a legend. The first game is Altrincham versus Scunthorpe. Second to bottom versus bottom. This is going to be a snooze fest. Snorlax versus Jigglypuff. Alty still yet to win this season, and Scunthorpe haven't scored in the last 3 matches. Oh my god, this is going to be so boring. This match is more stale than a piece of bread that's been on the side for 2 years, so my score prediction, I'm going to get it out there already. It's going to be a 0-0 draw. Jebbo, what have you got to say?
Yes, everyone, and I probably would say welcome, but I'm pretty sure Hiccupy, you has already introduced a video to you guys today. Now, a little bit about myself is, for people who don't know me, I am Jebbo37. I do matchday vlogs now. It seems to be Wrexham content at the moment, and I mean, things are working out on that front, but I also do England vlogs as well. You know, at the moment I've been doing Wrexham home and away, and I have been doing England as well. The last England vlog that I went on was England versus Hungary, where Hungary did beat England 4-0. Now, enough of the waffle. Today, the reason why I'm here is to predict the scorelines and speak about the fixtures that are occurring on Tuesday, the 13th of September 2022 in the Barnet National League. Now let's start off with a little ball fest between Altrincham and Scunthorpe United. Both teams close to the bottom of the Barnet National League. I think one is bottom, one's above. I think Scunthorpe are bottom. Altrincham is like 23rd or something like that. So it's what you really call a ball fest, and in my opinion now, a 1-1 draw seems fair. I don't think any of them are going to win. Scunthorpe, in my eyes, since they got relegated from League 2, are absolutely terrible. Altrincham have lost a lot of players, so they have turned terrible, no disrespect. So I think a 1-1 result stays fair on that one.
Next up, we have Barnet versus Dorking, both sides coming off the back of a loss. Barnet losing 3-1 to the mighty Shots, and Dorking getting battered 5-0 up the Wrexham. Barnet looked very poor against Aldershot, in all honesty. For 3rd place in the league at the time, they were not up to scratch in the slightest. As soon as Hall went off at half-time as well, they lost even the slightest bit of grip that they have on the game. They were drawing at that point, but 2 late goals by Aldershot Town sees us finally win at home. For the first time since the Second World War, it was beautiful. Dorking have now lost 3 in a row, conceding 12. Altogether, it's been a bit of a nightmare. After that 5-0 loss to Wrexham, Mark White, the manager, had some interesting words to say the least, but I think he might have a few more interesting words to say after this game, because I think that Dorking are going to lose. Barnet are still undefeated at home, and they will carry on that way. My score prediction for this match, it's going to be closer, is Barnet 2, Dorking 1. Jebbo, do you agree?
Let's move into Barnet versus Dorking Wanderers. Now, Dorking Wanderers, literally moments before I started recording this, is they've announced the injury of Alfie Rutherford, their striker. Now, that is a huge loss to Dorking. Now, in regards to that, you've got Alfie Rutherford and James McShane, I believe, who were the 2 main strikers at Dorking. Now, losing one of them, especially to the longevity of the injury that it is, and I think it's an ACL tear or something like that, or he's got to have it operated, I don't know. It's a really bad injury, what's happened to Alfie Rutherford. I do wish him a speedy recovery. Now, Barnet had a great start into the National League. You know, one of the signings was someone who replied back to my DM in Vanarama National League Players on Instagram video last year when he was at Weymouth, and Sean Shields. Now, we all know how good Sean Shields can be as a whole, to be honest, in regards to that. But Barnet at the moment sitting 7th in the National League, and Dorking Wanderers sitting 18th in the Vanarama National League. Based on that front, we are going to go with a Barnet 3, Dorking Wanderers 1. I do believe James McShane will probably end up getting the goal for Dorking Wanderers, but I don't really know much about Barnet.
Next up, we have the Wood Army versus Maidenhead, and Boreham Wood are off the back of back-to-back victories after scoring 6 goals in their last 2 games, 4 from Tyrone Marsh. Maidenhead just drew 1-1 to Halifax, meaning that they've scored their first goal inside 4 games. Very, very, very poor, and I think they're going to struggle. Luke Garrard teams are amazing, and I think that they'll be way too strong for Maidenhead in this game. I'm going to go with a 3-0 victory for Luke Garrard's Wood. Jebbo, what are you saying, pal?
Now let's move on into Boreham Wood, Maidenhead United. Now Maidenhead United were scheduled to face Wrexham on the weekend. Now Maidenhead United, I did discuss this actually, have not picked up a point away from home in the Vanarama National League this season, losing all games that they have played, whilst Boreham Wood have only got 2 points. So, based on that front, I'm going to go for a 1-0 Boreham Wood. Just based on the fact that Maidenhead United have not picked up a point.
In the next game, we have Chesterfield, who are sitting pretty at the top of the table, and we have Southend, who are in the south end of the table. Yes, I know I'm still making that joke, but surely Paul Cook's Barmy Army will not disappoint today. Chesterfield are still one of 2 teams to be undefeated this season. They're doing insane. They're not conceding many goals. They're scoring, well, not scoring loads to be fair, but they're scoring enough to get themselves the victories that they need. They're above Wrexham by 1 point, and I think that they will get another 3 points out of today's game, seeing as Southend just lost 2-1 to Torquay, and Torquay never win at all. Chesterfield, who I backed to win the league, are coming out like a house on fire in this game, and it's going to be Chesterfield 3, Southend 1, and Kabongo Shamanga to get a goal late on. Jebbo, what are you saying, my guy?
Now moving on into the next fixture, we have got Chesterfield versus Southend United. Now, Chesterfield are in a bit of scrutiny at the moment because it was allegedly that one of their players battered Hallam Hope in a car park. Now, that to me sounds absolutely bizarre, but Chesterfield have picked up maximum points at home, whereas Southend United are 18th on away form, picking up 2 points, which leads me to believe 3-0 to Chesterfield. Now don't get me wrong, Southend United no pushovers, but 3-0 sounds about right in all honesty in regards to the results so far.
Following on from that, we have Eastleigh versus Yeovil. And after a good start, Eastleigh have started to fall off after losing back-to-back games now, and they're in the mud. To be fair, their losses were to Barnet and Bromley, 2 very good footballing sides, but not looking good. One interesting fact about Eastleigh though, they have scored in every single match they've played this season, so surely that will carry on and they'll get a goal in this game. Yeovil have had an extremely poor start to the season, just outside the playoffs, sitting in 20th place. They have had a mare. They've only won 1 game this season. That was against Dagenham and Redbridge, and apart from that, they've been poor. Very, very poor. For me, I'm backing the home side. It's going to be Eastleigh 2, Yeovil 1, and a partridge in a pear tree. Jebbo, it's your go.
Eastleigh versus Yeovil Town is next on the list. Now, Eastleigh are a mad team, to be honest, picking up 7 points in 3 games at home, whereas Yeovil Town are 17th, picking up 2 points from 3 games away from home. So, will the 1-1 draw be fair to say? Possibly. I'm going to go for the 1-1 draw in Eastleigh versus Yeovil Town.
In the next game, we have 19th versus 22nd. It's Gateshead versus Halifax at the Shea. Let's pray. Gateshead coming off the back of a dominant display against Maidstone, winning 4-1 at home. They were 4-0 up, but they conceded late on, meaning it was 4-1. They weren't able to keep the clean sheet, but scoring 4 goals is unbelievable in this league. Fair play. Halifax just drew 1-1 to Maidenhead, and I mean, it's bloody Maidenhead. Halifax are in the mud. It's at the Shea. Gateshead form away from home, it's not the greatest. It's their home form that's carrying them through the season so far. Although the Shaman have only had 1 point at home this season, the other 4 coming away from home. I'm going to do it. I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to be boring. It's going to be a draw. My score prediction for the match is Halifax 1, Gateshead 1. Jebbo, your time is now.
FC Halifax Town versus Gateshead. Now, Gateshead I've seen at Wrexham now. The words trust the process from what I've seen at Gateshead, it is in full fluctuation, is the word to say. And to hear the words trust the process is probably something that I can see in regards to the way Gateshead played, especially from the 26 minutes onwards in that Wrexham game. Now, FC Halifax Town, I believe, are bottom in the Vanarama National League for home form, that is, whereas Gateshead away from home are currently sitting in 21st, so another 1-1 draw. Go for the 1-1 draw in that game between FC Halifax Town and Gateshead.
Next up we have the Stone Derby. It's Wealdstone versus Maidstone at Maidstone. Maidstone coming off the back of a 4-1 defeat away at Gateshead, where they were absolutely terrible. They were 4-0 down, as I just previously mentioned. Managed to get a goal back, but no way near enough to win. Wealdstone coming off the back of a 1-0 draw against Woking, making it 2 draws in a row. They've had a brilliant start to the season. However, I don't know how long it'll be able to carry on for. Wealdstone are a part-time team. They don't have the greatest squad depth. Lewis Kinsella got sent off, and it's all going wrong. They like their red cards. August was a very good month for the Mighty Stones, but I think it all changes now, and my score prediction for this match is Maidstone 1, Wealdstone 2. I got you, Jebbo. What are you saying, my guy?
Moving on into the game between Maidstone United versus Wealdstone. Now, I see Maidstone get beat 5-0 at the racecourse ground. And Maidstone currently are just on a mad one, to be honest. They've lost one game, I believe, out of 3 at home, picking up 6 points at home, that is, which would be 13th in the home standings in the Barnet National League. Whereas Wealdstone, to be fair, they're not a bad side, Wealdstone. They're 7th away from home, picking up 6 points. So based on that judgment, I am going to go for a Wealdstone win. I'm going to say 1-0 Wealdstone away to Maidstone United.
Next up, we have the game that I will be attending. It's Aldershot versus Notts County in Notts County at Meadow Lane. Oh, this is going to be a cracker. Notts County come off the back of a 5-0 victory. They were absolutely insane. Macaulay Langstaff bagging himself a hat-trick. Oh, I'm not looking forward to playing him. Notts have scored 10 goals in the last 3 games, and Macaulay Langstaff has scored 5 of those. He is on fire. Oh God, please, Macaulay, no. Aldershot finally winning at home with a nice 3-1 victory over Barnet, meaning that I mean, we would say we have a little bit of momentum going into this game, but the fixtures got cancelled at the weekend, and I mean, Notts County have just won 5-0, so it's not a load of momentum, but we've been creating loads of chances recently, as I've been saying. We finally took them against Barnet. Long may that continue, by the way. And fingers crossed, if we can create some chances against Notts County, we can take them, because we're really going to need to against a team like this. They are quality. Notts are clear favourites, but I have a funny feeling it may be the curry that I had for dinner last night. But my score prediction: it's Notts County 1, Aldershot 1. Oh, you better not let me down, boys. Jebbo, do you agree, or am I stupid?
Now moving on into another fixture, which is Notts County versus Aldershot Town. Notts County, Macaulay Longstaff, Chedwin Scott, they are the men in regards to how good Notts County actually are. Notts County 7th in the home standings in the Barnet National League, picking up 7 points and conceding 2 goals at home. Whereas Aldershot are -1 in the goal difference, picking up 3 points from 3 games away from home. Believe me, Notts County will run all over Aldershot Town. And I'm sorry, Hiccup, I'm sorry. I'm going to go for Notts County 4, Aldershot Town 0. And if you are going to the game, my mate, I hope you do enjoy the travel down to Notts County.
Next up, we have Torquay versus Solihull, and both teams are coming off the back of a victory. Torquay defeating Southend by 2 goals to 1, and Solihull with a nice 5-0 victory. Alex Reid with a hat-trick. Oh, Solihull won 5-1, didn't they? Solihull are an amazing side. The team that they have is unbelievable, losing in the playoffs last season. In the finals, 15 minutes away from league football, they've strengthened that team, and I think realistically they are way too strong for Torquay, the side that have won 1 game in 5. So my score prediction is Solihull to blow them away again. It's Solihull 4, Torquay 1. Oh dear. Jebbo, predict.
Torquay United versus Solihull Moors. Torquay United have got a terrible home form, picking up 1 point from 3 games, scoring 1 goal and conceding 4, whereas Solihull Moors away from home, picking up 6 points from 3. I'm going to go for Torquay United 0, Solihull Moors 3. Next
up, we have Woking versus Oldham and Woking, coming off the back of a 1-0 draw against Wealdstone, which is a very good result, to be fair, given the start that Wealdstone have had. And Oldham are coming off the back of a 2-0 defeat to Chesterfield, where they handed 2 goals on a silver platter. They were 2-0 down inside 7 minutes, and when Chesterfield have that sort of a lead, they're never going to be giving it up. Like Rick Astley, never going to give you up. I've been told by a few Oldham fans that I never backed them to win, which I didn't realise until the last episode. So I'm going to be backing them today, mainly the fact that I've never wanted to back Woking to ever get points. And today, my score prediction is Woking 1, Oldham 2. They will win. They will start climbing up the table. They will overtake Woking. Not Wrexham. Wrexham and neck. You jumped the queue, Wrexham. What the hell, man? But yeah, Oldham 2-1 victory. Jebbo, it's your turn.
Moving on into the third from last fixture, which is Woking versus Oldham Athletic. Now, Oldham Athletic are 19th in the standings away from home in the away form, picking up 2 points and conceding 2 goals. Whereas Woking, to be fair, I've been to Woking at home and no pushovers either, which is 6 points from 3. I believe the only loss being against Wrexham, which was 3-2, I believe, at whatever Woking's ground's called anyway. I know that doesn't sound professional, but I only remember the ground on basically the day that I go to the game, to be honest. Woking's conceding 3 away from home, and all them 3 goals have come to Wrexham, so I'm going to go for a Woking 2. Oldham Athletic 1.
In the penultimate game of the weekend, Tuesday, we have Wrexham versus Dagnam and Redbridge. Wrexham coming off the back of a nice 5-0 victory against Dorking. Ollie Palmer at the double. It was a brilliant performance all around. Dorking in the mud, Wrexham flying, having won 4 games in a row now. Dagenham and Redbridge losing 3-0. Nope. Scratch that. Dagenham and Redbridge losing 5-0 to Notts County. So, following the theme of 5s, I think Wrexham are going to go from 4 to 5 wins in a row, and they're going to destroy the Daggers. I mean, when you lose 5-0 to Notts County, and you're going up against Wrexham, who have just won 5-0 themselves, it is going to be a goal fest. It is going to be Wrexham 4, Dagenham and Redbridge 1, Paul Mullin with the double. Will they go top of the league? No, they will not, because Chesterfield will win as well, but the title race is getting juicy. Jebbo, your boys are playing Wrexham. How do you think they're going to do?
Now moving on into the second from last fixture, which is Wrexham versus Dagnam and Redbridge. Now, it's a big game in the Barnet National League. Wrexham picking up maximum points at home, only conceding 2 goals, 9 points from 3. And Dagnam and Redbridge, to be fair, they're not a bad side on paper, but 22nd in the standings on away form, picking up just 1 point and conceding 4 goals. So how can I see this game going? Wrexham 3, Dagnam and Redbridge 2. And if you want to go in depth, Paul McCallum to get the goals. Well, Paul McCallum and Junior Marias to get the goals for Dagenham and Redbridge. And if you want to go more in depth for Wrexham, Paul Mullin, Ollie Palmer and Max Cluworth for Wrexham.
In the last game of this game week, we have York versus Bromley, and Lennell John Lewis, the man, the myth, the legend that secured York 3 points in the last match with a goal. Beautiful. I love the shop. Bromley just won 2-1 against Eastleigh, meaning both teams are going into this game off the back of a victory. However, it's going to be tough. It's going to be very tough. Bromley have won 4 out of their last 5 games, so surely you've got to back them. However, York are a brilliant side. Screw it. I'm backing Bromley. Bromley are going to win by 2 goals to 1. It'll be close, but Bromley will just have that little bit extra quality, and they'll get over the line. For the last time today, Jebbo, it's over to you, pal.
And moving on into the last fixture, we have got York City versus Bromley in the Barnet National League. Bromley picking up 3 points away from home in 3 games, whereas York City, newly promoted, are no pushovers but have a mediocre home form, picking up 4 points. So how can I see this one going? I'm going to go for York City 2, Bromley 2. Now hopefully them predictions are on par with what everyone else goes and says, because in regard to the Barnet National League, I will cold-heartedly hold my hands up and say I have the knowledge of a goldfish. So it is what it is on that front, and yeah, hiccup, there's the fixtures, there's the predictions. So yeah, I'll pass everyone back over to you, my mate.
Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Fingers crossed that I can get a lot more points this week. I say this week, I'm recording it the morning that it's going out. I'm unorganised, I know, ignore me. But anyway, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Like, comment and subscribe. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so join me on that journey. Subscribe if you love content like this. We've got a matchday vlog coming out soon. We've got loads of beautiful ideas on the way. Make sure to subscribe to Jebbo if you haven't already. He is an absolute legend trying to get to 1,000 subscribers himself. He's miles closer, but I will see you later. Let's go!